Hello, my friends. You know what we're going to do is a live virtual art show. PTSD art show. PTSD, it does mean post-traumatic stress disorder, of course, but here it's a play on words, post-traumatic stress disorder. And I hope that that makes sense as we go along here. Yeah, I can see that. If you want to take some of this art home, you can just message me or whatever. But the fun of this is just the experience of the art show. Hi, my name's Todd, and I'm a doodler. It's true. I've been a doodler my whole life. That's just the thing that happened. I got you some wine, you know. Here's a nice little bread. You want to enjoy it? But I'm not going to have it. Recently, I learned that doodling is art therapy, or can be a form of art therapy, which made so much sense to me. All of a sudden, now I have an understanding of who I've been all my life. So in times of isolation, or in times of stress, or in times of boredom, this is what I'm doing, is creating these sketches. In March, when we decided to do a safer at home, quarantine at home, because of the uncertainty of everything, I just gathered up all my doodles that I had in the top drawer and attached to the monitor there. I just put them all in a folder and brought them back to the studio. Being quarantined and separated and isolated, it's kind of like what I've read to be some personality disorders where you can't separate what's real and what's not real. These were just in my mind, these were just sketches that I would use perhaps for a larger painting later on in life. It wasn't until I opened up that folder of doodles from the past 5 or 6 months and I laid them all out on the desk. All of a sudden, for the first time, I saw them as art together. This collection, I feel like, as a whole, tells a story. It tells a story of getting past fear, how to deal with isolation. They're all individual art therapy sessions, after all. Okay, let's talk about behind the art themselves. These are automatistic. Automatism is a type of sketching where you don't intentionally have a purpose for the sketch, or even a specific object, or even trying to be abstract. The point of this is to clear your mind of intention and just dissect the space with line, and then play with balance and structure without form. Does that make sense? It may not, but that's okay. Imagine this: if you aren't intentionally drawing something, then perhaps the drawing is coming from a deeper, maybe subconscious part of the brain. One more talking point, and then I'm going to show you the art. I'll just bring it up one at a time, Sotheby style. The more love you put into the sketch, the more it becomes art. I love that. It's a good thing I practice these. Okay, here we go. This is a good example of why did I start even saving sketches at work. These four here framed together are pretty dramatic. An artist, Colleen Stiles, one of my friends who's an artist here in town. She is an amazing illustrator. She had an entire show full of yellow 3x3 post-it notes with her illustrations on it, each one framed individually and covered this gigantic wall. And that was years ago. And I remember thinking at the time, hey, that's my medium. For the past 25 years, I've been drawing crap on those things, and here we go. Well, at some point, that gave some validity to these sketches. I feel like it would be hilarious if we had a psychiatrist here, like somebody that does art therapy for a living, so that they can go through this and say, point out where the genitals of the painting are and what are the emotions behind it. This comes up in every art show, so it's important for us to discuss it here. What the hell is that? That's the question that a lot of people say, what am I looking at here? The point of art isn't exactly what the artist intended or what the artist was feeling. It's way more magical that the art can have its own life after the fact. At some point, this art is going to live in somebody else's house on the wall and have its own life. Yeah, here we go. This is log 4, and this one, to me, these 4 pieces are so different from each other that framed together, they are powerful. I'm going to show you up close. I'm wondering if you can see it better if I bring it up. Maybe I'll play it like a guitar. Look at that. This is the quarantine clock. I swear that I only lined up colors, opposite colors, so that there was some balance to this. I did not intentionally choose figures that looked like any numbers at all. But for the life of me, I can see numbers now where my brain just tells me, oh, wait, I think that's a 6, but that wasn't intentional. Just a minute ago, I was talking about how individually these sketches don't mean much, but together it's something completely different. We were having to keep ourselves inside, keep ourselves separate from other people. So I started thinking about framing these things in a window setting so that they're on the other side of me and I can see them. Perhaps they're coming through the window like angry viruses. Perhaps they're on the other side and I'm safe. They're out there like crazy, brightly colored camouflage soldiers fighting some unseen foe. But that's what's happening here. I think you're looking through a window pane. This one is a combination of sketches, 33 all in total. And I can tell you the name, but for right now, it's a post-traumatic stress art session is what it is. Oh, that's an interesting piece. If you do want to see these in person, you can. We're just going to make an appointment, a private showing. That sounds fun, doesn't it? This is a set of 20 art therapy sessions. Each one of these individual things is me dealing with a particular moment in time where I'm just letting out stress, just making some sketches. But again, all together, combined, it's such a different thing. This is one of my favorite pieces. Traditionally, again, these are not the tools of a fine artist, but something about these images that came out of this are so dramatic. Not intentionally, but I'm seeing some figures, a female figure, a male figure that's kind of reminding me of a Picasso. Again, that's totally accidental. I put this in the show because it's a good example of it didn't start out as a flower, just dissecting space with lines, and it ended up with this movement, like the craning of a flower's neck, the stem. If you're enjoying the creative process, or whether you're enjoying my visions of these art therapy sessions, work for me, then maybe they'll work for you too. Maybe it'll keep us all on the right track, and maybe it'll help us all get past our post-traumatic stress. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.